The 18th, we're pushing on through this month. The BIPOC Happy Hour is the Black Indigenous People of Color. This is our wind down. We've worked this Monday, which has definitely been a Monday. And now we're gonna wind down, have a libation, and just chat about what's going on. I'm Uncle Ray. I got Rocks. I got Brother Dennis. How y'all doing today, people? Hopefully, I got some people here with me.
I'm just trying to live and touch the sky without touching the dirt in no way.
Well, you gotta walk. And unfortunately, we have gravity to keep us on the dirt.
Gravity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what gravity is.
Well, it's what keeps you planted to the earth.
What does that mean?
That's basic science. Basic of the basics. Basic science. So I won't go into all of that.
Ask about this.
The genitalia of trans women to plant-based meat products like the Impossible Burger or Beyond Beef. Did that make you laugh or cringe?
It made me scream out loud laughing because I saw the humor in it. I'm a comedian, I'm a human, and I know who Dave Chappelle is and what Dave Chappelle is. He's a comedian. So I thought it was funny. And some of the things that he said, Pam, hear me when I tell you, as a trans person, I did like, ooh. But when it was the truth and it's funny, it's just humor. It's just laughter. We keep missing that.
So what were the things that he said that made you go, ooh?
Well, with the joke that he said about his girlfriend Daphne, may she rest in peace, because he said that was his friend. That when he gave her the opportunity, and she bombed for 45 minutes, but then when somebody roasted her from the audience and said, does the carpet match the drapes? And she said, I don't have carpet, I have hardwood floors. I thought that was hilarious. We have to be able to take, as grown people, and stop being so sensitized in this world and be able to take a joke. It's only a joke. Nobody lost their life. Nobody's blood got cut. Nobody lost their bag. Well, I guess the person who's walking out of Netflix, they're going to lose their bag.
And one of his more...
I personally have to agree with what she said. I didn't see anything. It was a comedian. That's what they get paid. That's why we go to their shows to see them. He was a comedian. He didn't say anything out of the way. To me, that's my opinion.
But do you believe the genitalia is plant-based?
That was a joke. Why would you believe a comedian? It was a joke.
Well,
Does anybody feel the same way I do? I mean, am I one that's off? I mean, that's what comedians do, is tell jokes about all kind of stuff. You know, it used to be they talked about every white person that walked in the club. Now we can say, I mean, now we critiquing what they say and who they say. I mean, it's comedian. That's what we pay to go see them for.
I watched it. I like some of his other stuff better. I also think that, you know, when you have a personal relationship with somebody, you got inside jokes, and those aren't necessarily for everybody, because people will use what he said in really transphobic kind of ways. And I'm with the comedian that you just had on. You know, I thought some of the shit he said was funny. Some of the shit he said wasn't wrong. Right. But I think that when you take that kind of humor and mix it with hate, that's when the problem comes in. And so I think that people who don't like trans people will use that to justify, just like, you know, I don't know if y'all saw the picture of Farrakhan and the real gross fucking homophobic shit he was saying with his arm around Dave Chappelle, which then just amplifies the notion that homophobia is not helpful for Black people, period. Like, we got enough shit. So we don't need our leaders cracking jokes on us. Just so many white jokes you can tell right now. Like, why? So that's what I felt. But I also felt like, you know, it's a joke. He's a comedian. That's what he does. It's like, you know, you ask me to come in a room, I'm probably gonna say some shit. It's gonna probably go piss people off. But people who know me know that's what the fuck I'm gonna say. And when you invite me into a room, I'm gonna say what's me. And I think the same thing's for Dave. He's always been a little off color. He's always pushed the political line a little bit. And people who hire him and people who watch him know that.
Mhm. That's why we pay to go see him.
Right. I haven't seen the show. I do have it on my watch list and listen with other shows. But I feel how Roxanne, because once before all this we used to laugh at everything from all the comedians, David Chappelle, Tracy Ullman, you know,
All of them.
all of them, you know what I'm saying? And they done a lot of things. I'm not saying that it was right, but it was funny. I
That's
think
what they
now
get
we
paid
just
to
get
do.
to the point that we just dissect everything that people say. And that's my opinion of it, you know. But I didn't see the show yet. I heard about it.
Did y'all listen to Farrakhan's rant about homosexuality?
No,
But
that
I
I
can
didn't
expect
listen
that
to.
from him. So, you know, like, listen, it's certain people you can expect things from.
If you know
feel
that
what I'm saying?
person. Mhm.
Because you know that, like, yes, because you know that person, you know their demeanor. You can expect those type of things from them. You say Trump, you say Farrakhan, you say, what's that black lady that she got COVID, but now she was trying to get help. Shoot. But there's a lot of folks we can name that we just know their demeanor and they would come out with things that they don't supposed to say. You know, and you just look past it. I mean, oh, that's
It'd be
them.
funny.
Like your drunk uncle. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's them. They always be drunk at every event. That's Uncle Bob. You know what I'm
And say
saying?
something off.
You know, hey, that's him.
Well, Dennis, did you feel offended?
No, but I'm not transgender.
Well, the whole conversation is affecting everybody, not just transgender. I'm not transgender either, but I have an opinion on it because he's a comedian. He talked about gays the majority of the time.
Well,
I
you
am
know,
Not
the
too.
part that,
transgender
okay,
today.
the part that got me mostly when he talked about the glory hole, how he wanted to participate in that.
That
You
was
know,
gay.
yeah, but I mean, out of all the things you want to participate in, that sort of activity is what you think of. You think of gay people, the glory hole.
Well,
But
most
you
people
knew
know
what he was
about the
talking
glory
about,
hole.
right? And you
Well,
know, hold
Yeah,
on, the
most
glory
people
hole,
know about that glory hole in the back.
and then it may be something that he may interpret into his sexual relationship with his wife or his girlfriend. Go home and put a hole in the curtain and say peekaboo. You feel what I'm saying? We never know how far you take it. Everyone is dissecting what he say as, oh well, he's coming for us. It could just be a show. Shit, I like the glory hole. Maybe I take that home to my wife and have her hide behind the closet, get in the closet.
Yeah, I
Well,
like that part too. I thought that was like, you know, like, hey, here's a thing I didn't know that, you know, is popular in the queer community, especially in the gay men's community. I kind of like the idea, right? Like that glory
I
holes
know.
are a super gay thing. And for a straight man to like say that this idea, this concept
it's hot.
made him feel something, I think is like kind of cool. And
That's hot. I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, I learned the hard way too. Didn't know what it was for.
A lot of our sexual things is getting out there, like tossing salads. We have people
tagging,
being vocal now about, you know, the eating ass, eating tail. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and then you got men that's into straight men that's into pegging. You know what I mean? They would not let a man do it, but they can have their wife do it. You feel what I'm saying? And
What is that?
That's what we do every day.
That's when
that's
she
when you put a
started
strap
from.
on and fuck somebody in the ass.
Oh, pegging?
I didn't want to ask, Dennis. I didn't want to ask, but
Yeah, I
I
didn't
kind
know
of
Men
got
do it to other men too. Some men have smaller penises than
and need
others.
the help. Yep.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a name for it. I've been in this business for 20 years and never knew it was pegging.
Pegging.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
Well, that's why I said. I mean, sometimes you have to hear a comedian. I mean, just to try to understand what he's saying, but it's a joke. I don't see all the scrutiny over the jokes. I didn't see the hate. I didn't see all that the just nitpicking and just being nasty about it. I saw it. Everybody was saying. I mean, I saw it as fun. That was just.
Well, you
I
know,
didn't
I
I
really
didn't feel
felt
any hate at all either, Ray. I'm with
Mhm.
you. I didn't feel hate. But as a genderqueer trans person, what I felt sometimes is like that little ache you get in your heart when somebody says something mean to you, like
Yes,
that.
that's
And I think that is transphobia. It's just like when you walk into a room and you're like, do these white people really like me? Or are they just looking at me because I'm cute, but they don't actually like black people? And so I feel like, Dave Chappelle had a personal relationship with a trans person where he learned to like her as an individual and hasn't really done work around trans issues, not unlike some folks in our own group. And that doesn't mean that I think people who fuck up my pronouns hate me or don't like me or are trying to disrespect me. What it makes me understand is they haven't done the work to actually understand that that's my identity and don't actually care enough to do the work to make that work for them. And I think that
girl,
that's what trans people are saying,
it's
right?
hard.
Right.
It's hard. It's really, I mean, we've learned a certain way all of our lives to get that change in our minds. Sometimes, it's hard.
what's
But
different
sometimes it's
from trans
concept.
life than
It's
gay.
content, right? It's like cultural content, just like you said just now, girl. And you said it right after I spoke. Many trans people will come for you
I
with that,
agree.
right?
I
But
agree.
I'm not
And I was
coming for
hoping you
you
brought that up.
because you're my brother-in-law, and I know that you love me, and I know that that's also a queer POC phraseology. It's a term of endearment.
But
Mhm.
Girl,
boys use it all the time. Is the reason why I brought it up with you
Well,
because as we are being gay, we call each other girl, in a minute, and don't really mean anything by that, but it just came up,
It's
right.
and that's
funny.
why I just used it in that terminology because I wasn't using it to call you a girl. It's like
Right.
girl,
I
you know,
know.
and it's like you
I understand that nuance, right? But
right.
a white, well, not even gay, because gay people also get that terminology around girl, right? But like a straight cis man who wants to be a queer champion, hear you say that to me, he might want to come for you, right?
but they
Right.
see it also in the straight community. The females in the straight community, they say girl,
Of course.
oh, bitch, what's going on, bitch?
Yep.
Like I just had to ask someone because it slipped out my mouth. I was like, bitch, stop playing. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind? You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not coming at you any type of way. Is a turn. She said, I call everyone bitch and said, you good. So, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but you have to make sure people are comfortable with what you're saying, because some people
Right.
may take offense to it. Like
Right.
I
It's
have a
like,
friend that just don't like it. She said, don't ever call me that. So I don't.
Dennis, remember when you used to say Mary all the time? Please,
Yes.
Mary. Oh, please, Mary.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't cool when I dated a girl named Mary.
And,
She did not like that when I'd be like, come on, please, Mary. Even if I'm talking to Dennis on the phone, she'd be like, do you have to say it like that? You have to do that? Kinda, but I'll try not to do it when I'm around you.
it's just no, because I do that with the other one too. society is being too sensitive sometimes, but I can't say that because only when I want that for myself, you know, do I want that to stay in place. But in general, I understand that. And I don't think white people, and that's what Dave Chappelle said in the end, I don't have a problem with transgender or gay people. It's white people who I really have the problem with. That's who really keep bringing this mess to me or saying something about that, who don't understand the culture, who don't understand what's really going on. But
White supremacy, not white people.
thank you.
Yeah, that's what I walked away with.
How you can tell.
So
I know
what
I
do you,
laughed out loud a few damn times when I watched the shit.
what do y'all think about Colin Powell passing away today?
That's sad.
I actually liked him, you know, even though he was a Republican.
I agree. I don't know why I liked him.
The first time I did AmeriCorps was under his program. He was, I think it was when he was working with the first Bush Senior. But he had a program called America's Promise, and he had sought to try to close the achievement gap in reading for low-income students across the country. And I was a tutor. Like that was the program that I was in when I did tutoring of young folks, junior high and high school students, to bring up their reading levels. Like you wouldn't have no idea that this man was like into all kinds of stuff, even though he was a Republican. I actually liked him, and I'm sad that this happened.
He actually liked to fix cars. He said he would have his friends over his house and fix their cars for him. I'm like, that is crazy. I mean,
No, I think it's real interesting that in Minneapolis they got the Colin Powell Junior High School, but most of the kids that go there are Latinx. Mm-hmm.
This is
It's right
America.
over here on like Lake and well, maybe like 29th and 4th. It's a beautiful school.
You think
But
folks
you know
in
that
our community just didn't know about it, or they associate with him with being a Republican and they don't want nothing to do with him? I mean, like,
I don't know. It's like Cristo de Cristo Rio or something like that school.
was
It was
intentional.
all they made that around the same time as the promise stuff come out, because I think they got a lot of funding from that source.
It's a college preparatory school. My son Ryan went to that school when he first moved here. Colin Powell, Crystal Ray Jesuit College Preparatory School.
Was most of the kids Latinx when your kid went there, Ray?
No, it was the first year it opened, so they had a mixture.
Ray, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
It's my piece. It was like a mixture of kids. It was a really good school. They taught really well. They gave them jobs that they bust them to that they actually had to do. Like I said, I was glad. That was the first school. I'm one of the schools Ryan went to.
But he worked with both Democrats and Republicans, no matter if he was a Republican. You know, he worked for both sides.
That was a good thing he did. He worked with both sides. I mean, you know, your belief, Republican or Democrat, was just your belief. But to do the work took everybody.
They were our first catering account for the cafe.
Huh?
They were our first catering account for the cafe. We catered for them on an ongoing basis. They were our first.
Wow, that's hot.
Awesome. That was good stuff. He did a lot of stuff. I have to say he did.
But I mean, out of most people that was working on both sides, he was the one that I thought that did the most work. No matter what side he was on, he tried to do his best. You know, some people try to sabotage when they come in on the other side, or, you know, not really help as much, just as bare minimum. He went all out on both sides. Ever since I was little, when I started following him, He been, really instrumental and on both sides trying to like explain. But I really feel that being a Republican, sometimes I feel that way because I want a lot of these black people to get off their ass and do something. And I feel that Republican in me, like, let's do something, let's get this done. But on the other side, I'm like, I know we ain't had the opportunity all of our lives, so we do need some help. So I'm torn, what that really is. But I do love, Colin Powell was a good guy, I thought.
May he rest in peace.
Is that how it happens? Rest in heaven and all the other kind of stuff?
Yeah, got it right, because he was the first black man in a high-powered office.
But didn't go to a high-powered school either.
No, he actually didn't grow up rich at all. He was not in the elite class. He worked his way up, made it even better.
Good for a black man.
100% for a black man.
Right.
And he was, he could have been the first president.
You think so?
Yeah, we would have voted Colin Powell in if he'd have ran that year.
The only reason why I didn't want to vote for Colin Powell for president is he was a Republican.
That was the only reason, but he was a different Republican back. He was different.
I agree with that, but just the fact that a Republican cabinet, all that kind of stuff would get in if he got in. That was my thinking. Like, I thought only Democrats at the time, but I think if you let one in, they all get in.
Well, you know that the earlier black representatives were Republicans.
Yes, that is true.
All of our senators during Reconstruction. Look at what the black communities did. They built their own towns. They built everything, and we had everything we needed. You know what I'm saying? They did pull themselves right on up by them bootstraps, and actually seem to value free market enterprise and entrepreneurship. And I'm just saying. I don't
Right
know.
after Auntie sold a pair, right? After she made a pair, they pulled them right up, right?
Hey, she owned that business though. And people was coming to her to get more than just them pants.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, these parties, man, they ain't gonna say they ain't
Changing.
But you know what I'm saying? It ain't even about that. Because I find myself agreeing with Republicans on some things and Democrats on some things too.
Agreed.
Never, I still wouldn't necessarily consider myself an independent. I still think I'm a progressive, but these party titles don't mean shit. I'm just saying, it seemed like they are all on the same page of corporate America, and like that's who they want to uphold and lift up, and seem, to give opportunities to, not necessarily people.
Is it something about you just change when you get up in those offices? Because it's like they just change. You meet them on the streets, you see them around town. They're for the people. Everything for the people. But when they get there, everything just changes.
Because in order to get there, you got to change in a lot of favors. In order to get there, you got to get them votes. You got to make promises to vote certain ways on certain things.
Look at Biden.
Look at Walz. I liked it when he started out, and as soon as Trump threatened him, he changed.
Correct. See, that kind of way of thing just keeps everything going backwards and nothing's moving forward.
But do y'all think he really even has competition next year? I'm talking about Walz now. Okay. Yeah, because I predict he's going to still be our governor.
Yeah.
And Peggy will continue to be our lieutenant governor.
I like Peggy, though.
Peggy's good people. Peggy's been on the ground long time. I think I met Peggy in 2006.
You talking about the governor we have now?
Lieutenant governor, yeah.
By me being a transplant, I really appreciate him because he really kept me safe during this COVID pandemic. And he done better than anyone that I knew and put faith in. Yes, he got my vote for next year as a transplant because I've been safe the whole time. I wish he shut us down for the winter.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I know. I said I wish.
Why would he do that?
Because we are rising, and not in a good way.
Well, that's gonna take everybody, but some would say this is the best times of their lives.
What do you think about this?
I wonder what happened. Did they show up for work? They obviously showed up for, oh, they didn't report their status. So what did they do?
The mayor and them are still
They just
arguing
show
and
up
fighting about
for
that.
work?
Does that mean they're gonna have to get rid of the good old boys and start over?
They say 12,700.
Well, that means there's new jobs. Biden's is creating new jobs.
Okay, how
Can't say
you
you
do
can't
it?
get a job now.
Oh my
Can't say you
goodness.
can't change the culture if everybody we all go in there and get jobs.
So if you don't want to get vaccinated, you gotta go quit or get another job.
No shirt, no shoes,
Well,
no.
No, they
socks.
gotta
Yes, sir.
test every 2 weeks.
Right.
That you have to pay for. The company's not paying for.
Yeah, because we pay for them anyway. We pay their salary anyway.
So yeah, you have to
They
pay for
should
your
just
test.
have free testing anyway for everybody. Like they should continue what they have been doing when it comes to COVID. They have been offering people free testing. They should continue to offer people free testing. They shouldn't stop. They didn't prove they got the resources to do that. And so that way it won't cost anybody because the schools recommend we test our kids weekly.
And they giving away for free.
Yeah, that it's at the Walgreens and I ain't got to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So,
And they talking about giving it to other countries. We can use the stuff that they giving away for our own.
You would think they would do that.
You know, if they get it at the Walgreens, it's gotta be good. You get it from Walgreens. That's the hey at the Walgreens. That's hot. You can pick them up for free.
Well,
I
So
don't
you can go
know.
over here to this old Staples and get it done for free too. With I forgot, is it called Votes? I do the spit test, and it gets shipped to me within 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours. I'll be there quick.
Wait. What's the spit test?
When you spit in the tube to see if you got COVID, instead of them digging up.
that's the best way, most reliable way. It's a spit test.
So why they don't do that so stick that thing up your nose?
I don't know. I never had.
You
one
have
of-
choice. You have choice now. We've grown. Technology is.
I didn't have a choice when I went to the hospital. They stuck that thing up so fast I don't know what to do. I jumped up like this.
and I was going to say, I think it depends on where you go.
Yes. She said, this gonna hurt a little bit. I'm like,
You
yes.
get it for free. Can't you get it sent to your house for free? Didn't the state give everybody a free at-home test or something?
You can order one.
Oh, okay.
You can definitely order one if you want one. I think they were free.
You can go
But
to
only
the
that-
airport every day too, from 7 to 7. It's super easy. It literally took like 2 minutes. Walk in, spit in the tube, put the tube in the thing, register your number, walk out the door.
Oh.
And they'll stop you at the door if you got it.
No, I think it's 24 hours, you know.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to pay for it. If you want to pay for it, then you can know right then.
Yeah, the test don't speed up unless you got some coins.
I didn't know that.
Yep, you can pay, I think, between $99 and $150 and get the different ones. Like you can get the antigen, see if you've ever had it. You can get, yeah. And then
So
they give you that within like 24 hours.
Okay, I'm going to go get one of them. I want to see if I ever had it.
Yeah, I don't want your generic stuff. I want Johnson & Johnson. I want the good stuff, y'all. Stop playing with me.
if you got vaccinated, the antigen test isn't really reliable because they put the antigen in you. Like it'll show up positive because you got the vaccination.
Damn. Okay.
So they,
You ever thought you might have something, Santa?
No, but you remember James came on here and he said he had it like 3 times and he had no symptoms. DL Hughley said he had it with no symptoms. Idris had it with no symptoms. I mean, you never know. I just want to know if I got like the super antibodies, like because the people that had it and then got vaccinated, they supposed to have like these super ones now. So I was just curious.
I get you.
I
Be
feel
curious.
like I had it. I'm pretty sure we had it when we came back from Hawaii.
Plus, you got vaccinated. Can't get any more super covered than that.
I don't know. How would you know if you would? I mean, it's hard. This is no way to really. Because Dave Chappelle said the same thing, that he didn't really get sick. He was stuck in his room.
Well, you want to quarantine and not be able to transmit it to anybody. That's the big thing. You don't want to give it to anybody else. If you got it, you already got it. And I think you should quarantine. It gives you a few days to think about things in case you got to do a wheel.
What?
And it would be great. I'd watch Hallmark movies all day.
Oh yes, this is the season.
After the first,
it's almost time.
Yes,
I think you rushing the season. Quit rushing the seasons.
Whatever. I just bought some Christmas decorations from Menards because they were out.
Are they reasonable?
Wow, she is on fire. You're doing too much for that Christmas stuff.
Yes, they're out. They're out, y'all. The Christmas decorations are out at Target, at Menards. They're bringing it out even before Halloween.
I said I should put some because we got the money now. What's the day? Did the country shut down?
No.
Did the ceiling get raised?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, they raised all that. They did that till December.
Uh-huh.
But Sonny, you gonna put lights, bulbs outside on the house?
I am.
Are you
And I
gonna
bought some inflatables. I got some inflatables this year.
So you gonna look like the Griswolds?
Was they reasonable?
Oh, not that bad. Yes, actually, I got some pretty decent sized ones. I think they're like 3.5 feet. For $20.
Oh, really? At Menards?
Menards.
Menards have good stuff.
Different ones that were like $20 because they normally those big ones like $50.
But that's insane.
Because you want the big ones.
Well, I'm sure it's the same at where you at.
No, because it can be collard greens over in your side and nothing over here, but kale.
Unfortunately, yeah, sometimes that still go down like that.
I'm just saying.
You have to drive the stores. You got to check them out by demographics.
No, if it's
close to north, still close to north. You can always.
Actually, I would send my money to sign and say, "Could you please?" I'll come and pick it up. Could you please? Before
just grab me some. You just have to grab you some. Pick some up while you're there.
I'll take pictures and send you some text messages of what they look like. So then you see. All right.
There's gonna be a shortage this year because of the transportation situation. They were talking about cars and parts for cars. When you get your tires and all that stuff for winter, because car parts going to be few and far between when it gets closer to winter.
Well, some of the food stores, like Walmart and some of the other stores, they're short on food and stuff like that because of the transportation department. Everybody's sick and dying. I don't understand why they don't correlate those together. And plus, nobody wants to do it if they're not getting paid for it. So I guess everybody's stocked up and all that, so they're waiting it out, I guess, until everybody get more money. Is that how that works?
I don't think so. I think that what's happening is what I've been saying since this for a couple of months. Everyone needs to stock their shelves because shit is going to hit the fan. I've been saying it for months. You feel what I'm saying? That the meats has went up in prices. Now you saying now they stuck in the water with all our food and vegetables and parts and stuff and can't get it to us. So if you can get a few dollars, go back up with some oodles and noodles because you may not have none. You know, no food may be on the shelves for a minute. But things are getting empty.
Yeah, because like I said, with some of Walmart's, I mean, they got sections just missing. I'm like, oh, this.
Yeah, I've been
going
saying
on?
this for a while. I was like, everyone, you even get the survival kits. If y'all was able to see the survival kits being episode on Walmart, y'all should have known something because that's never been done before. Yeah, that I've seen in 43 years. Yes, in 43 years old. No Botox.
They could actually solve this, you know. I mean, we got how many people in jail? About 2 million people across the country.
So would you say put an ankle bracelet on everybody and let them work at the trucking company?
Well, I do think that there are people that are coming home and they know there are certain folks that are going to be coming home in 2 months. How long it take to get a CDL? Can we start a training or, you know, make sure that the trainings are back inside the prisons so that folks can come out with the job? Is there a way that we could create this pipeline? Yeah, where they could hire.
Open it up for felons to be a truck driver because there may be stipulations for felons. I don't know for sure. But you know, because certain things they don't let.
My dad was a felon, and that was the job he got when he got out of prison, was a truck driver, and that's how he made a living for a while because he couldn't get a job doing nothing else.
Well, you know, that's one of the biggest causes of returning back to prison because you can't get a job. Why not set them up to at least have a job like that before you got out of prison? They just walk out and go get a job because they have the
who they lock up? Who they lock up?
Instead of setting people up to fail.
Who they lock up? They lock up people of color. So have they ever cared about what we do or us better in our lives?
Well, at this point, we can always make changes.
We need capacity, and there's just like capacity sitting there, even with the people that are in there. Why we can't hire them to work at these ports? You can put them on a bus and take them to the port so they could work the shift and then bring them back. Pay them the same wages you paying them people that's working at that port. So these brothers and sisters can save some money. So when they come out, they can get themselves on their feet. I mean, like,
yeah, at least have a job when they get out.
Yeah, they'd be trained already. You know what I'm saying? And so when you come out, they can go and fill the jobs.
And they can make $100,000 a year.
Thank you.
And that diminishes the prison. That diminishes the prison capacity because if you got a job, they won't go back. They got a job.
And they are middle class. You know what I'm saying? $100,000. They come out stacking.
Sometimes they don't. You don't see them want to actually solve the crime.
That is a good job. You just sitting on your ass.
Okay, somebody sign a deed grant right now.
I'm just saying, and they do this because my cousin in Wisconsin was telling me about how pissed off he was because the prison that he was in, they were giving those types of jobs to the white prisoners and only the white prisoners. And then white prisoners was sitting in there with like $50,000 sitting on some books because they done worked and they got these good paying jobs at some of the, like they working at, I think, some of the meat packing places and stuff in Wisconsin. But we could do that. And I think it'd be dope. I'll write a Hallmark movie about it with the inmates that saved Christmas.
Oh yeah, you seen that too? How you doing?
The inmates that saved Christmas.
Hallmark is good for holiday movies, yo. Just make sure you have a napkin, paper towel, whatever you need, because you may be snotty nosed before the end of the movie. I mean, it's just so heartfelt and it's just so loving. That's the time you just feel the joy of whatever it is, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Like when I see that here, like I look at Minnesota as it can be Christmas. It can be Christmas town. How much snow it is, and then how everyone keep their lights on all year until the snow goes away. You feel what I'm saying? I look at stuff like me coming from DC. I see 4 seasons. Me living here, I see 2, maybe 3. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's a beautiful thing when you're stuck in the house in the snow and it look like on Hallmark movie.
Stuff don't stop in the snow.
Is it the Lifetime channel?
They got movies too. They hire all the old black actors, all the Cosby Show folks, different world folks. They in all the and then
Yes.
Fresh Prince people. They're in all the movies. Even the
Jennifer
old
Fox.
black people. Yep, the old black people from like General Hospital and stuff. All them soap operas. They're all in the Christmas movies on Hallmark.
Yeah, Vivica, also main actors too. Vivica Fox. You have a lot of people on there that just
The girl from Destiny's Child. Who the cousin? What's the cousin name? Kelly.
Oh, Kelly do a whole lot of movies.
Kelly Rowland, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other
She
girl.
acts in
Latoya.
movies now.
Yeah, and Latoya girl too. What's her name? The other Destiny's Child from the beginning.
Michelle.
No. Before her.
I
Wasn't there
haven't
some
seen
people
Michelle.
before her? The original Destiny's Child? Y'all don't know it was 2 people that left? No? Okay, never mind. Y'all ain't fans from way back? No?
I never was fans of Destiny Child until she started learning how to dance. Because she didn't know
until Beyonce got her own stuff.
Yeah, and Beyonce have her own thing now. But she didn't know how to dance back in the day.
Well, everybody had to learn.
She learned. I'm glad she did. That's my opinion. Y'all don't come for me. You bees.
The two ones that left or got put out. Anybody know their name?
I thought it was Latoya Luckett.
Yeah, it's Latoya. Oh yeah, she do play in a lot of stuff. Latoya Luckett. She play in a whole lot of
Probably. I don't know. Probably.
Latoya Luckett plays in a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, I thought she was one of the Destiny's Child originally.
I don't know.
I can't back that up. I have no idea.
I'm about to find out for you, Minneapolis.
How long ago was that? Because I don't remember. Just the 3, the black girls.
I've always remembered them being 3 of them.
Me too.
Well, maybe it was 4 at the beginning. It was 4 at the beginning.
I thought it was 4 at the beginning.
Yeah, it was. The very first Destinies were 4.
Pay my bills, can pay my telephone. I thought that
It was
was
before
4.
then. It was before then. Before that.
No, it was Beyonce, Barbara Stan, Roland, Tamir Davis, and sisters Nikki and Nina Teller.
Oh, where did Latoya Luckett come from? She could sing. I thought she was in that group. Maybe she was in another one.
Latoya Luckett. I like Latoya because she was on.
Where is she from?
It says from Destiny's Child. You got to go to different people. You feel what I'm saying? She's from Destiny's Child. She's 40, 81, from Texas.
Oh, she was one of the lean years. Because I
don't
remember her.
I don't remember her. I don't know. I don't know their names anyway.
She was on Preacher's Kid, Greenleaf. Here we go. She was in Drumline. Lucky Girls, Single Ladies, Black Love, Note to Self.
All these must be Lifetime movies.
Drumline is not.
You can probably find them on the All Black Network. If you haven't subscribed, sign up.
Mm-hmm.
All Black
all
Network.
Black movies. No, it's called All Black. Seriously, all the black movies are on there.
So you
That's
can't
high.
find that. Okay, I didn't know that. That's the new all black network.
Well, it's
Was it
not a
what-
network, it's an app.
Most
Oh,
TV is app now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If you got a Roku TV, everything's an app.
Right, you gotta download everything on them. That's crazy. And then they tell you it's supposed to be smart. It cuts off when it wants to. I'm like, how do they come out this TV is smart?
Because
do
it
what you
asks you if you
Because
were
it
still
cuts
watching.
off when it wants to.
And it asks you, it asks you the question.
Right, but you know what? It tripped me out the other day because it asked me in Spanish. I'm like, who got that on? I'm like,
Well, I
who
like
does
my
that?
smart TV.
Is this America still?
They listen to me.
The TV talking to me in Spanish.
Yeah,
I'm
this
like,
is America. Why you keep saying that? This is America. We have all type of languages and please.
You're right. I don't understand why Dennis say that. What is he trying to imply?
What are you talking
how
about?
about American TV? You need to talk English.
Did you look
You
behind
did
it?
not
Was
buy
it
an
in-
American
Okay,
TV.
thank you, Rock. Tell them again.
Talk about a roof.
It says Roku.
You're right. It does not say American nothing.
Oh,
All that nonsense. See, that's that Americanized thing.
That's not taking that vaccination. I hope
Colonizer.
Right. Thinking he's privileged.
what?
That privilege talk.
My TV gave me 10 seconds. If you don't come touch me, I'm cutting off. I'm like, who are you talking to me that way?
Either you come touch me or I'm cutting off.
I couldn't find the remote.
You
And I
cut
ain't got no,
off.
I ain't got no buttons on the damn TV either. I don't understand that either. That's crazy.
Because you wasn't paying it enough attention.
What do you mean?
If you'd have paid attention to it, it would have been nice to you.
No, it was actually helping you. They would say,
How?
touch me, I'm going to turn off because I'm going to save you money on your electricity. That's what it's saying to you, sir. I'm going to cut off for you because you're too lazy to reach for the remote. So I'm going to cut off for you because I don't want you to spend another $2.50 on your electricity.
I don't like my TV talking back to me. How about it? It didn't buy me.
Dennis, get out of 1969. Everything talks back in
I
2021 and
appreciate all
22.
my-
Get out of the 60s.
I
You don't have to
appreciate
turn
all
the
my-
dials anymore. You don't have to do. You don't even have to get up and look at the TV. They don't have buttons on the TV. This is 2021. Get out of here. Everything talks back.
I appreciate all my smart devices.
Yes,
How do you be smarter than me?
because you don't know that it's 2021. You still think it's 1969.
You
Listen,
don't know Roku is not a
Clearly,
grew
it
up
knew it was
listening to
time
TV.
to cut the TV off because you wasn't watching it.
that's
So,
bullshit.
you
I
know,
slept with my
Roku
TV for
is-
years. It never cut off.
You didn't have a smart TV.
I don't. It was smart. Listen, it knew I like to sleep with the TV on. Now I
Your
don't
TV
understand.
wasn't smart. It didn't have any choice. It just did. They
just-
don't make those TVs anymore. Again, it's not 19
So
nothing.
you had a dumb TV.
Yes, you had a dumb TV. And they don't make dumb TVs anymore.
Your TV was illiterate.
Right. It didn't know to cut off. See? They don't make those anymore, Dennis. Sorry. This
Your
is
TV needed
2021.
Your TV needed hooked on phonics.
It needed a
I'm
brain.
not quite sure what's really going on sometimes, but
You need to see the wizard.
Right. That's what it needed a brain. Go sit up, get you another TV. Get out the thrift store.
So don't tell me your computer's a Macintosh.
A bot. Oh, you got a desktop?
A box. The original Apple.
I don't know how y'all feel about y'all devices.
That's your internet? You got dial up?
Wait, I remember that when you used to the AT&T.
I bet you do. I remember it too because it started in my
I used to have on TV too back
Yeah.
in the day.
Well, so
Yeah.
now you know everything is progressing. Get up to the 2000s.
Do you
But I
use
still don't like
Wi-Fi?
my TV telling me what it's gonna do.
Do
I'm
you
just
still
saying.
use- Do you still use
It
Wi-Fi?
would be rude not to do it. It's,
Do any of y'all got a fax machine?
they don't make those anymore.
They don't, but I have one.
My
What is
friend
it? Oh,
friends.
I
can
have
you
a
send
landline.
faxes?
I have
Nobody
a landline.
has one in businesses anymore.
Cause you have landline still, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
Me too. I have a landline, but I have a scanner. My printer scans. I scan.
Right, that's what they do now. They scan. They don't fax anymore. Nobody sends
Wait,
fax.
do you guys have landlines like through Comcast or like landlines through like the regular telephone company?
There's no regular telephone company anymore.
I do. It's Comcast. That's who my phone carrier is. But I have a
Yeah,
house phone.
mine too. So it's really not a landline because
Right.
they go
It's
down.
actually cable.
It's
Mhm.
done.
Cable line, yeah.
But I don't think anyone do that. The real original. I wish they did. And if they do, could you please push me towards it? I
And
need
what
to
was
get
you?
some radio things. Don't you know them radios they had back in the day? CB radios? Get us a couple of those.
Yeah, they still make CBs because they still talk with truck drivers.
We need to get
Why would
some.
it? And they got cell phones?
Yeah.
But everything else don't work. We got
And
that.
sometimes, yeah, because cell phones don't always work depending on where you are, dear.
Can I ask y'all a question? Speaking of radios, what do y'all think about the radio waves that they have been hearing from outer space? It's like 3 billion or something light years away. They've been hearing these radio signals or getting these radio signal frequencies that have been really, I guess, more rapid or have been occurring more often than it had been. I guess they've been following this since like the 90s. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
I thought there was a a hot Jupiter. There was a
Well,
planet. Those waves were coming from a planet.
Ray been
This
telling y'all for
morning they
years.
said they didn't know.
Ray been telling y'all
I mean,
for
if we on the
years.
same, I'm sorry, Bobby.
I said Ray been telling y'all for years he's not from here. So
It was
What's
a hot Jupiter.
happening? Tell us what's happening.
Well, from what I learned, it was a hot Jupiter, and the hot Jupiter is increasing in activity, causing those waves. That's what I was told. If we talking about the same thing, that's what made me come up to say the hot Jupiter, because I like watching that stuff. I will watch that stuff, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I was hoping that we were getting some kind of secret communications from people that were shifting how we were thinking on this planet or something. I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna have to. I hate to do it, and before we go, I'm gonna bring it back to Dave Chappelle. I did like Dave Chappelle's concept for a movie, because this concept was people that already inhabited Earth long back in the day, but they developed a way to get off the planet and go somewhere else. But that planet failed, and they wanted to come back to Earth and take it over since they were the original settlers. So how would that play out?
I like that concept too. I thought it was a good one.
I did. I thought they should make a movie about that. I would like to see that. I mean, just think there's a capability. There were people here before our weird time came in, and they were actually able to come up with a concept and actually develop and leave the planet. We can't even come up with a concept to get along. Better yet, to all leave the planet. I would like to see that movie.
yes, and I would like to see y'all go out and get y'all vaccinations as soon as possible at your nearest Walgreens and Hy-Vee and Target, because Target even do it too.
CVS.
At that CVS, there's many places you can get it, because even the bus be out in your neighborhoods, but get it because it's getting cold, and don't forget to get your
At the grocery store, you can get them at Cub Foods.
Yes, Cub Food. Just get your vaccine
All free.
and keep your face mask on. Your face
And
mask.
y'all know this is sickly time. People get sick during the cold.
I've been out to different fairs and venues this weekend, and I wear my face mask regardless of where I go. You know what I mean? Because it's still people around, and there's a lot of folks. They sneeze, cough, and everything else, and they don't all have vaccinations and don't even know they have COVID. So, because they can just be couriers. So just be safe. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart if you can. But wear face masks. We actually have face masks of our own that we will be selling on our website pretty soon. But check those out too. But while y'all checking those out, I'm going to Eventbrite and get all my tickets to all my events coming up.
Shameless. Go ahead.
While you on the internet, you understand? Because we have a Halloween party coming up on the 30th. It's gonna be at the Ramada Inn. We're gonna have black vendors and different things up there. I also have the pajama party coming up on the 13th of November. You can get your tickets there on Eventbrite. Also, I have a trap and paint at the Pimentos coming up on the Sunday, the 19th of November. It's $45 and you get 2 free drinks. Also, you can go get your tickets for my sexy hot chocolate men coming up from Atlanta on December the 3rd. So get your tickets as soon as possible because I'm telling you, they will run out quick. And sometimes I just can't do 2 shows. So get your tickets at Eventbrite and wash your hands and wear face masks while you doing it. That's cute.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. There's a lot of stuff coming up, everybody. Please stay tuned and get involved. We
But
need
the
your
biggest
support.
thing that we're doing is our bake off. I'm surprised they didn't even put it up on the screen, even though I missed some things, but you still can see it though. We having a bake off. We having it for the youth and for adults. We want to see them pies, them cupcakes, them cookies, all those things. So make sure you get your we'll give you more information. Check our website and Facebook pages so you can know more.
And can I just shout out one event? We got the Mary Jane's Masquerade Ball on Friday the 29th, 4 p.m. at the Selby Sound Garden, sponsored by Michael Ford and Minnesota Marijuana. Come join us and dress up.
That's what's up. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be this year.
Definitely, that's what's up. And that give us that date again and time.
29th, October 29th, which is Friday. They're starting at 4 p.m. They'll probably be out there till midnight. They're gonna do a little bonfire. If you've ever been to any of the Minnesota marijuana events, they're pretty lit. And
just hang out and
hang
chill.
out and chill. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
In your costume.
Yes, in your costume. I don't know if they're gonna be giving away prizes, but I do know they have contests, like joint rolling contests, blunt rolling contests, and stuff. So come hang out.
The theme? What's the theme?
It's Halloween. It's a Halloween masquerade party.
Mary Jane's Masquerade Ball.
Nice.
They're super freak.
Well, that'll be something to do. That'll be something for adults to do on Halloween weekend.
All Hallow Eve.
Yes, you have some on Friday, you have some on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? You have the whole weekend to do some things. You can you go to there on Friday, get your room that night, leave at midnight, go up to Ramada Inn, spend the night that night, come to the party on Saturday, leave on Sunday. That's a whole weekend. And they give free breakfast. So you be on point. You got hangover food and all that.
I love the continental breakfast. You can make your own waffles, your own pancakes, cereal galore. Because I mix my cereal, called it suicide. They get those big ass things. So I mix them all.
Suck up that liquor.
I don't really drink, but I love that cereal because they got the canister. You just put a lever, you can mix them all. So I get a suicide cereal with lots of milk.
Different kinds of cereal and a lot of milk.
Yeah, you get a little of this, a little of this, you mix them all together. It's called a suicide bowl of cereal.
Look how happy you are, just like a little kid. You're so happy about the cereal.
Right. Diabetic coma.
That's the funnest spot to go to the hotel where you get a continental breakfast. You get to make your own waffles. They get the batter, you can do the thing. That's what I used to go for. Y'all so old and act like y'all still. Y'all didn't get excited to go in there. You get like make your own everything. You can eat as much as you want.
Well, with that, it's time for us to get out here. It is 7 o'clock. Sorry to cut everybody out. I'm just letting everybody
Good
know
night,
it's 7
everybody.
o'clock. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for your enjoyment. This has been the BIPOC Happy Hour. Wear your mask, get your event rights, and stay tuned for the rest of the week. Peace out, everybody.
Are you supposed to leave now?